Thank you. Let's get this meeting started. We'll start with a pledge and then a moment of silence for our fallen service members and family members. Everybody ready? I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Moment of silence for fallen service members and family members. Thank you. So from there, officially called to order. Secretary McNeil, would you please read the meetings from our last meeting?
Roll call? Yeah.
Oh, that's on there. I'm sorry, I had my thumb on.
That's all right.
Roll call officers.
Okay. Just a minute.
Roll call officers.
Roll call. Okay. I'm reading here, but that's not right. Okay. Thank you. Board member Monterosa.
Here.
Chair McClanahan.
Here.
Secretary McNeil here. Trustee Robinson present. I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Trustee Robinson present. All present.
Okay, thank you very much. And then, since you have it in your hand, would you continue with reading the minutes from the last meeting?
Yes. Okie doke. October 2025 minutes read by Secretary McNeil. Motion by Board Member McClanahan to accept October 2025 minutes as read. Seconded by Secretary McNeil. The ayes have it. Motion carried. Mr. Raphael, GOP County presentation. Mark Raphael spoke on Indiana 2026 State Convention, June 19th, 20th, Fort Wayne, Indiana, at the Convention Center. Party business and selection of nominees will be on June 20th. For prospective GOP delegates, a local meeting January 10th, 11 a.m. at Enzo's, 4609 Grape Road, Mishawaka. The candidate declaration begins January 7th through February 6th, 2026. Detailed flyer was given to all present. October 2025 financials read by Trustee Robinson. Concerns asked and answered. Motion by Board Member McClanahan to accept October 2025 financials as presented. Seconded by Secretary McNeil. The ayes have it. Motion carried. November 2025 financials read by Trustee Robinson. Concerns asked and answered. Motion by Board Member McClanahan to accept November 2025 financials as presented. Seconded by Secretary McNeil. Ayes have it. Motion carried. Trustee Robinson's report. Successful chili/hot dog dinner. New haunted house and hayride events made this year's trunk and treat a huge success. Lots of candy available. The Christmas potluck went very well. Plenty of help to set up and distribute food. A toy giveaway with food served on December 15th. Rental assistance needs has increased. Food pantry output also increased. A GoFundMe set up by a trustee to help Kingdom Business for truck repairs. Date of fire territory discussion between Penn, Harris, German, Roseland, Indian Village, Osceola, and Clay Townships to be determined. Cleveland Fire Station closing and buying equipment planned by Clay Fire. Discussion continued on tax increase, EMT training, and loss of fire personnel. Concerns asked and answered. Board members signed a workman's comp/degree of involvement document. Hall rentals report presented by Deputy Trustee Brown. November rentals, number 24, followed by December being totally booked with rentals into 2026 and 2027. As of November 25, revenues will exceed year 2024's revenue by about $3,000. Increase Utilities increased about $200 in 2025. Hearing of visitors' concerns asked and answered. Good of the township, need of changing shredded flags at cemetery. Board member wished happy holidays and help those in need. Noted German Township has a good balance sheet for 2025 and going into 2026. Concerns voiced on SB 1 bill and the uncertainty of the impact of that bill. Adjourn meeting, motion to adjourn at 7:15 by Chair Monterosa. So moved by Board Member McClanahan, second by Secretary McNeil. Ayes have it. Motion carried. Next meeting, February 2nd, 2026 at 6 p.m., 51755, Portage Road, South Bend, Indiana 46628.
Can I make one addition before we call for a vote?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I,
Wait a minute. Let me, with the minutes being read, at this time I'd like to take a motion, if there are any, for a vote, if there are any additions to be added, now is the time to hear that. So Jennifer, if you.
yes, I do have an addition. And I don't know if I misspoke about this or not, Mary Ellen, but all of this is correct about the Osceola and the Clay we were determining to get together. But right here, when it talks about the Cleveland Fire Station closing, I don't know if it's closing. What they're doing is they're stopping ambulance service.
Oh.
And we're going to try to talk to them about buying the equipment, but that wasn't planned by Clay Fire. It's just myself and another trustee had mentioned that we should put in a bid to buy them because get a better deal than ordering them brand new. So that's all, but I'm sorry. So I don't know if I misspoke last time or how this got to be. But that's all, if we could just add that I don't think it's closing, I think they're getting rid of their ambulance service at that station.
Do you understand the change?
Yeah.
So I would make a motion to accept the minutes as read with the amendment that Clay was stopping their ambulatory services. That would be my motion.
Yeah, not closing the station.
They're closing.
Did you say closing the station?
Yeah, that's what I understood.
Oh, no, they're definitely not closing the station.
That's
Talking
what I
about the one on Cleveland.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know if I misspoke, but they are taking, by my understanding, their ambulances are going to be out of service.
But they're stopping their ambulatory services.
Right, and that's Cleveland Road, so that would be like a South Bend Fire Department, not Clay.
Okay, and buying equipment planned.
Well then, let me withdraw my motion, because it seems like I
Yes,
presented it incorrectly.
Yes,
So
let's-
I'll withdraw my motion.
because I'm gonna ask.
Do you want me to write it out
Make sure we got it.
for anybody, or, I'm sorry, I should have caught this before this. What I will say is, they're not closing, and that is one of the South Bend Fire Departments on Cleveland Road. They're not closing. Then, what I wrote about here is buying the equipment. Myself and another trustee, since we are fire commissioners, we have to plan to purchase things.
I don't, so I think the way that we should approach this, because it sounds to me like we're getting into discussion, which we can, and then we can make an amendment. So what I would do right now is I would make a motion to approve the minutes as read, subject to amendments after we approve this, subject to amendment once we get seconded. So it needs to be seconded, and then we can have the discussion.
Okay.
So I made the motion that we accept the minutes as read,
Right,
and then someone else needs to say.
I second it.
Okay, now, Chair.
Okay, so we have a motion to accept the minutes as read with addition of what Jennifer was talking about with the access of Clay with the ambulance from the Cleveland fire station. Am I saying that right, Jennifer?
yes.
Okay,
Okay, so may I be recognized?
yes.
Okay, just so we get it right, Jennifer, are you saying, because I didn't hear this at the last meeting, well, certainly at the last meeting, I didn't understand you to say
No.
that the department was going to close. That I knew. But what you're seeking to correct, because that discussion didn't take place as far as I'm aware. Right? Or?
Right.
I mean, as opposed to.
Yes, like I said, I don't remember making that statement.
Okay. So then, but what we want to correct in that motion that was already submitted, subject to an amendment, is that, they're stopping, South Bend Fire is stopping their ambulatory services.
At that particular station.
Right.
Yes.
And then this discussion with what you wanna do in the future, what have you, that may be new business today, but that's not that's not a discussion that took place at the last meeting. Is that right?
Correct.
Correct.
So then we shouldn't, that shouldn't be mentioned in this change that we're gonna make now.
No.
What you're correcting is that South Bend Fire was stopping ambulatory services.
Yes,
That is
because
correct.
for some reason that's owned by the county, that particular ambulance there.
Okay.
And then Clay Fire, just to clarify, did not make the decision to buy their ambulances.
Okay, so then I'll just take that out.
Yes.
So then I would move to amend, well, I mean, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, you're fine.
I didn't know if there was any
There's a
further
lot going on
discussion.
with this. So we have a motion to accept the minutes as read. There is a correction from the trustee on some of the language, and that is being corrected. So I would like a motion to accept the minutes as read with the changes to the minutes.
Okay, so that I write it out all right on here, because that's what we're gonna sign, is the South Bend Fire on Cleveland closing
No,
ambulance service.
yes.
Okay, so basically that's it.
Yes.
And as far as finding the equipment, that wasn't at all.
Thank you.
Okay.
So then I would move to amend the prior motion that I introduced before the board, which is to accept the minutes as read with the amendment that South Bend Fire is closing their, with the correction that South Bend Fire is closing ambulatory services, period.
Yeah,
So we have a motion with the amendment. We got a second?
second.
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Yes.
So approved. Okay, next on the agenda is trustee, the December's,
There's another minute, yeah.
Did we finish
there is?
the minutes, did we finish the previous minutes?
Oh.
That's what we're doing.
Board approval? Yeah, I thought these two were together.
We didn't finish this one. I'm trying here.
No, she didn't.
She hasn't read this yet.
Okay, so we have, reading the minutes for, board approval.
Yes.
And then I need one of the signed minutes, please.
Yeah, I got it, write them all out there. German Township Advisory Board meeting to elect 2026 officers, January 6th, 2026. Meeting called to order, 5:30 p.m. Pledge of Allegiance said by all, followed by a moment of silence for those who have passed and service members. Roll call by Secretary McNeil, Chair Monterosa, President, Board Member McClanahan, President, Secretary McNeil, President, Trustee Robinson, President, all present. Election of 2026 officers. Secretary McNeil, motion to nominate Kevin McClanahan for chair, second by Board Member Monterosa. The ayes have it, motion carried. Motion by Board Member Monterosa to nominate Mary Ellen for secretary, seconded by Chair McClanahan. The ayes have it, motion carried. 2026 future board meetings to be discussed at next board meeting, Monday, February 2nd, 2026 at 6 p.m. Annual report as well as December 2025 financials presented if ready. Due to ongoing fire territory meetings, board meetings, dates will be discussed. Adjourn meeting, motion to adjourn meeting at 5:45 6:42 p.m. by Chairman Flanagan. So moved by Board Member Monterosa. Seconded by Secretary McNeil. The ayes have it, motion carried. Next meeting, February 2nd, at 6 p.m. 5155 Fort Road, South Bend, 4668.
Okay, at this time, we'll take a motion on the minutes that were just read, if there are no additions and or corrections.
We move to approve the minutes as read.
We have a motion to, for the minutes that were read, we have a second.
Seconded?
Okay, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Ayes have it, thank you. Now it's Trustee Robinson, go over December bank statements.
Yes. Everybody have a copy? All right, you want me to go over the checking first? Let's start there.
Yep.
All right. The beginning balance on 11/29/25 was $8,790.03. Deposits and other credits was 227,000. Okay, 2,200 or $2,027,917. And then checks and other debts were $224,196.54. So the ending balance was $12,510.49. And I can tell you now, I know the reason to that, because we had to write a check of our lit funds for the fire department. So just so everyone knows why we deposited so much into the checking. I just had to think about that for a minute myself. And then you can go through the other pages.
Might be recognized.
Yes.
So Jennifer, this one, I know you just described it, but just to give the public, I know that the public is watching us on YouTube, so you can see this. The board trustee took into consideration that the fire department are those, the fire department is those individuals that take care of us.
Right.
And that they look out for this community, and especially here in German Township. You mentioned before, we mentioned before in meetings that our fire department even shows up to elderly people's homes and checks on their well-being.
Yes. Very true.
Sometimes folks have a fall or a fire alarm that they can't switch out. But more importantly, they're keeping the community safe. If there's a fire, and I remember when I first moved into German Township / Arbor Point subdivision, that we had a fire, a really serious fire back then. And so these are people that are willing to risk their lives and they're willing to look out for us. Yet they weren't being compensated at the same level like other people in our area.
True.
And so what we did with this provision of providing the significant funds, the LIF funds to them, was to be able to compensate for that. And at that, I'm sure later in the meeting we'll discuss what we're doing proactively in doing what we can to make sure that our firefighters are well compensated, so that they don't leave to go to another fire department or Mishawaka for that matter. Not that we're up against Mishawaka, but we'd like to keep our firefighters here in our community for right? So anyway, I just want to really mention that in view for the public, that they know where the funds are going. In this decision, this was something that where we were able to be proactive, and German Township put their money where their mouth was. We actually supported our fire department and provided these additional funds. And we're still working to see how better we can do for our fire department and seeking their support. That's all I have.
Can I be heard?
Yes.
To Rudy's point, our firefighters were making $15,000 to $20,000 less than other fire corporations around us. And we were kind of worried about losing some of our professionals, some of our EMT workers. because we had lost a couple, and it takes a long time to train them. So we came up with a solution, and between German Township, Clay Township, and Harris Township, and Indian Village, all gave a portion of their lit fund, which is local income tax, so we can support our firefighters and our EMTs and our professionals. And I have spoke with several firefighters, and some of these have said this was a life-changing event for them. I had a gentleman run over to me one evening and tell me he was working a part-time job along with the fire, which is full-time, and he is now able to not have to work that part-time job, help his wife out with children, and work one job. So, and then I had several of them tell me similar stories. So we really appreciate that every board member and all the trustees and all those different places that I mentioned were proactive in getting that done. And like Rudy Monterosa said, we are working on so we can keep them at that same pay by getting involved with several other fire units. So that's all I have to add to that. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. I did have, on the second page of this,
Okay.
I know what it is,
Checking.
like checking.
Yes.
I know what it is, but it's just kind of the sequence of it. Up the top, you see check number 11-831, that was done on 12/19.
Yes.
That's a check, $202,755. Then you come down to the daily balance, I see one on 2/18 for $207,131.
I'm so sorry. You're seeing the first one right here.
Yeah, the first one's up here, now go down to the bottom.
Okay.
Date is 12/18, and that one's 207,131.
That's not, it's, that date should be, that's the balance.
Okay, that's the balance coming around. 207,000. So this is a check going out.
And then this is the balance. It's a daily balance, summer.
Okay. So then we must, so it's on 219, so that brought it down. And then 218, transfer of lit funds, that's the 200,000 right there.
Yes,
Okay. I got it now, thank you.
thank you.
Okay, there are any other questions on the checking? We go on to the next part of it.
Okay.
Questions?
All right. Right now, December, the end of November 29th, we had $849,081.55. That was in our savings account. And our ending balance on the 31st of December 25 was $849,081.55. And I'm sorry, I read that wrong. Or did I? Yes, I did, because the beginning balance should have been
Right.
$1,033,777.42. I don't know if anyone's even noticing or paying attention to this part, but our interest paid this year was $45,742. It went down a point from last year. Last year we got $52,943.
Yeah, may I be heard?
Yes, sir.
On what you just pointed out right now, that was paid so far this year?
Yes,
Wow.
we got a good interest rate, but they did bring it down a point this year. I did ask them if they could take it back up, but they said no.
So, look, I had a question. So that was one question that I had about, that's how much we've done so far. But then it says interest paid last year, 52,000, so how's?
It went down a half of a point.
Oh.
And
I'm just saying, cause for it to have paid 45,000 and we're barely in the month of February.
Oh, this is for last year.
Yeah,
These
that's
are
for-
December statements. from two
Oh,
thousand twenty-five.
I see, thank you.
You're welcome,
Yeah,
that's all right.
That's exactly where I headed off. My question was with regard to the 200,000 that was transferred, so I know that that's the money that was received into the other account that then we were able to pay the, then we were able to pay the fire department.
Yes.
So in this one now, you know, for the longest, I shouldn't say the longest time, for a significant period of time, at least since I've been on the board, we've had a balance be around $1 million or so. Would you agree with me on that?
Yes,
So we've had it around $1 million. Now we were able to use the 200,000, and I think the board had approved it, rightfully so. The ending balance we have is 84,000. So now are we looking at that in this year we'll start using some of this money towards what we had approved earlier?
yes,
Because otherwise it would be subject
yes,
to.
but we will
being
also
taken
get
over.
money put in through lit funds
Right.
and, through COID money.
So this 84,000, we are gonna start using that this year?
Yes,
849,000. I apologize.
That's okay.
I misspoke, yeah. So the 849,000 approximately. So we're gonna start using that this year. That's what the board approved last year. Is that right?
yes, this is, yes, we will start using our budget. In fact, we already have started using our budget, but these are all December papers.
Yes. Thank you.
You're very welcome, thank you.
Yes, you can.
Is Tim Tubbs,
Yes,
he donated towards the table?
he borrowed some tables, and then he left a donation.
Oh, okay.
That was nice of you.
Mhm. And then the other, it's got Township Roads and Infrastructure Fund.
Yes, where are you at, Marianne? What page is that?
And it's the last one on, in this guy, reconciliation part, almost the last page. And it's a zero. I guess.
Yes, because remember, if we had so much of our budget left,
So it's,
they were going to take it for roads and
30%,
things.
wasn't it?
So now we don't have any toward that because we're using our budget.
okay.
Has the board had sufficient time to look at all the checks, balances? Are there any questions at this time? Seeing none, I'll take a motion to approve the financials for December.
We move to approve the financial statements for the month of December.
We have a motion from Rudy to approve the financials. Do you have a second?
I second it.
Okay, we have a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Just gonna pick it up here. Okay, the call for the vote on the bank statements, Jennifer, this is a new one for me, is that,
Those are,
is that
that's
this?
next in the agenda. What is that?
Is that
Oh,
this?
that's something else. That will go down further in the agenda.
Okay, so the call
Sorry.
for the vote on bank statements, that's a new one. Or is that backing up what we just did?
We've already done all the bank statements are done.
Okay, thank you. So we have a secretary, Neil will read, we have a resolution, 2026-02.
So you want me to read that? Is that what I
Yes.
need to do? Resolution number 2026-2, a resolution of the German Township Board of German Township to approving the compensation for the positions of German Township government. Whereas the German Township is charged with the responsibility of establishing compensation for the officers and employees, German Township government, and whereas the position of trustee and deputy trustee, along with the board members, is vital for the efficient administration and operation of German Township government. Whereas funds for this compensation has been appropriated and approved in our budget for the year 2026. Now therefore, be resolved by the German Township Board of German Township Government. Section 1, approval of salary, the annual base salary for Jennifer Robinson serving in the capacity of trustee is hereby established at $22,500. Marsha Brown serving in the capacity of deputy trustee and administration duties is hereby established at $24,991.68 as of January 2026. The board members, Mary Ellen McNeil, Rudy Monterosa, Kevin McClanahan has been established at $7,459.68, each receiving $2,476.56 as of January 2026, along with our maintenance person, Maurice Butcher, established at $8,268 effective on January 2026. Section 3, effective date. This resolution shall take effect immediately upon adoption. Passed and adopted as of January day of 01/2026. Okay. We have to signature it?
Yes, and
Well, we
it
have-
We
says,
have to vote on
yes, it has, this was brought up late. This was supposed to be passed with the budget. But since I've only done that twice, I didn't remember to do that until Mike Dennison told me about it, who's our financial advisor.
So I take it we're still on time to get that approved?
Yes, because our budget was already approved and it had it in there, but this is just in case anyone comes and audits or
The
anything. so-
budget had been approved as of, or, maybe,
So, Jennifer, with this coming in here, I know that when we approved the budget, we would not be able to do anything with the salaries. So this helps, this is the only way that this can happen, correct, is with the resolution?
Yes, and I was supposed to present that at the same time we voted on the budget. The numbers are all the same, but I didn't present a resolution for it.
So are these the numbers that are in
Yes.
the budget?
They're the same numbers that we passed for the 2026 budget.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm catching up
Okay.
because I'm thinking one thing and so we've already basically
Voted on it.
voted on this.
Right. I was just this is my fault. I was supposed to have the resolution, and I didn't understand that. I've only done it 2 times. So, when I told our financial advisor, he asked me, did I do a resolution? And I said I hadn't, so then I did one.
Okay, so for further information then, if we have already approved this, then this would have already been under the question, discussion and the whole bit at the budget meeting that we
Yes.
had and you put up on the board. So for me, for further information, if I'm still here at the next one, we have to do this every meeting that this, or every budget a resolution that this board gets a raise. Is that what you're
Yes.
saying?
Yes,
Okay.
So then it would be on an annual basis, not a,
yes, that's why I'm saying I've only done that twice.
so then there were 2 times when it didn't get done.
We did it,
We
but
did.
I only did it 2 times. Did it last year and the year before,
And so who did it?
but I forgot for these 12 months,
You gotta give your money back.
so.
I probably get okay, may I be recognized?
Yes.
So, I see here that there were some, just like, my wife called them, there were, Scribner's errors that we can still correct.
What can we correct?
Like, that I see some Scribner's errors. There's errors, like, it was typed out incorrectly.
Oh, where at?
There's some, well, so the title of this would be a resolution of and you would remove that bracket, capitalize German Township, remove that parentheses, and then would be Board of German Township, remove the bracket, and remove the 2, and it would read approving the compensation for the positions of German Township. And if we follow through with everything else that is in that title, they should all be capitalized.
Okay,
So, but that can be corrected afterwards, right? I mean, I
Yes,
guess what we're
but
trying
I
to
still
pass
need
here
a-
is, we're
I
trying to
need a
pass,
signed copy of it.
we're trying to pass the spirit of it, right?
Yes,
So did, Mr. Dennison, did he help you write this one?
no, he did not.
Okay, yeah, cause I'm just saying that, like, what I just mentioned, and then the motion itself would say, whereas the German Township, I guess, the way I always know, well, the German Township, and colon, and then the next one would say, whereas, and colon, and then it would say, whereas, period.
Can you type it up?
Yeah, no, I'm
Put you on
happy
your
with
computer
that.
and then send it to me?
Yeah.
And then I will go up and get the copy,
And then we can,
and then I can sign it. We can,
Okay.
well, you guys can sign it, I can't sign it, it's got nothing to do with me signing. Or,
How about this?
we can put this on hold till the February 17th.
No, we'll get it done,
no,
because,
yeah.
because you gotta have it done, because we have the year-ending
Right.
financials and stuff coming up, so this has to be in there. Correct?
That does not have to be, what this has to go for State Board of Accounts later on, they are gonna come check this for my.
All right, so we can,
But we can put this aside for now, if you guys wanna table it.
why don't we just, I'm just throwing this out there, somebody can make a motion to accept this with the changes coming, noting that, Mr. Monterosa is gonna help get the correct, terminology and punctuation in here, to, sign the addendum at the next meeting.
That's great, thank you.
So that's a thought, I'm not putting that in motion, the board can,
When's our next board meeting?
17th.
February 17th. Yeah, cause I can make, I can make a motion to move to table the adoption of this resolution. And if we approve that.
Can it wait that long, Jennifer?
Yes, we can wait till the 17th.
So I would, move to table the adoption of the resolution.
Okay, we have a motion to, table this with everybody understanding exactly what this is, to get, correct legal terminology in here for the meeting on the 17th. I have a motion, is there a second?
I second it.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to table this to the 17th, allowing Mr. Monterosa to get the correct, language, in here. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you.
Okay. And, okay, so that, we're tabling that. Okay, that one. Okay, now we're down to discuss waterproofing estimates.
Yes. And and you all have a copy.
Yes.
The first one I'll go over is just one page, and that's just another company that we can have if you guys want another estimate.
Is that the?
And they're called AccuLevel. They missed because of the weather one day. So we can still call them for an estimate. I do have 3 others. We have one called Groundworks. And you don't have to go through all that, a lot of that's just, I printed it all out, but you don't need part of that. There was a diagram of what they were going to do. And I did sign this only upon board approval, is what the gentleman was told. He just wanted us to sign that day to get a 15% discount, so, okay, fine. And then the other was their contact. So you can read that for yourselves, and just so the public knows, their price is $6,369.85 to do a job in our basement area. But also we would need someone to come and put up electrical for their piece of equipment that they wanted to put in.
Who was that?
This is Groundworks. The very, this one right here. And several other people did not find this a real good idea. So when you're ready for the next one, we can discuss that.
Okay.
You want to do the heirs? Heirs came out, their estimate, and this is not also including the electrical and stuff they were going to do, is $14,327.04. And they were going to do something different than the other company. And you can read that under their job details. We would also have different cost from engineering.
Wow, I never seen that one. So if they damage the floor, they're not responsible for that?
I guess not. So whenever you're ready, we can go to the next one.
Forte?
Forte. And I will say Forte is the one that fixed our very lower level, and they put in a humidex. And we're satisfied with them. So they came out and gave us an estimate as well. And pretty much what they were going to do is what they did downstairs, get another humidex system in there to take that moisture out. They're going to put something you had talked about before, Kevin, that it seals the cracks. It's, and I forgot what it's called. It's epoxy. And to go through all the holes in the cracks. He doesn't see any standing water. We've never seen standing water. We know it's moisture down there, but it's because it's underground. But the humidex would also take that out. So this is, again, I'm not allowed to vote, but this is the quote that I think I would go with. It is $4,250.
How much of the outside on this one are they digging out?
For which one? Forte? They will not.
So it's strictly inside.
Yes.
So the water coming in, because there's no water on that wall whatsoever, so they're not doing anything with the problem on the outside of it coming in, they're just trying to.
He said there's not a lot of water there.
I think
There's
so.
water because it's buried,
Right.
but he doesn't see any need to do anything outside. But we've never seen standing water. And if they put the humidex, what they did on the very bottom level, we've not had any more water down there at all.
But we've never had water here.
We've never had water there, but that's getting moisture. And so, right. So that's coming through the cracks in the holes that they would put the epoxy in.
Water's coming in through the cracks and holes,
He said the moisture is.
we don't have any water.
We don't, but the moisture is coming through the cracks.
Oh,
So they're gonna fill all the cracks and all the holes. And they did that downstairs as well. So that's the third one.
And that only entails that wall.
Yes,
The one that's there.
correct. That is only that one, it's not the bathroom. Yeah. Unless we wanna tear that wall up. But the Humidex should take care of any moisture anyway. Because it covers, I forgot how many feet, 18,000 square feet or something. And that one just doesn't get up here to do anything because it's in a lock or closed door. So it just gets to downstairs. Right. And he, just to let you know, Marcia's telling me, he also said it would help with this room, any moisture as well.
Or would it be possible to put I think the one guy had said at the time, put a vent inside the door,
They put a vent
in the
in the bottom one
But I'm saying this one, that
to take care of all of it. I don't know if
It
it would
kind
wrap
of-
around.
it wouldn't help.
If it was down on a different level, I don't know if it would wrap around to pull out of there.
But I mean, both of them doing together, if you were going to go with this, would kind of, because I kind of remember him saying that putting the vent
Right.
in this door over there, that it would actually pull from here. He said it would help some. He didn't say, she just,
Right.
well, he was, saying it
I
would be
can
a
definitely
positive.
ask, but I think that door's got all glass panes, so I can ask.
That's fine.
You did? Marcia said she did ask.
It would not help putting a
What
vent.
we do, we put a spring in one downstairs. There's one up here, because this is all open, we'll take care of it.
So this would be a bigger unit.
No, it would just take care of, because it's all open on one floor,
Where would they put that?
on that back wall.
They would.
So one of the things, this is just my opinion, but with this building being as old as it is, one of the things that happened with that wall was the paneling on that was the cheapest paneling that you could possibly get. And I'm not saying there's not moisture coming through, because in these old basements, whether they tarred the outside to stop that or not, I don't know. But when you put these walls up and you're going against a blank wall like that, you should hang some Visqueen down, cover the wall, trap that in so it's not coming through. You definitely have to have some type of dehumidification, especially in here. But you can see the difference because this is wood that's on here, that down there wasn't.
No, it was very cheap panels.
So
That, it crumbled when we were taking it out.
I
So it
have,
must have been very, very old.
I have no problem with, the three would be the one that wants to put a humidifier in the type system, if that's gonna take care of this here. But these other ones, what they wanna do and dig up and do this, and like I said, that one, if they damage the floor, they're not even gonna fix the floor.
Exactly.
They're not reputable, and they're not addressing the problem. At least this company is gonna address it here, and that'll help with all this other wood, because once that wood gets wet on the inside, then you're in trouble, but so far so good. But yeah, I like his a little bit better, but when we go to cover that back up, we definitely don't want to
Put the
put the
cheapest,
cheap
yeah.
paneling up, we need to go with this.
Right.
Are you still suggesting putting up a barrier though?
You can on that wall,
Maybe,
but all these other walls,
Yeah.
you have to have airspace, air circulation in there to make that work. If you don't, then that's why they get warped, that's why you get mold in the corners, and so I get what he's saying. The other two, there ain't no way. They're not addressing anything, and there's another company
And
out
it's a
there.
lot more money,
Yeah,
and,
they don't need
we'd
it.
still have to get electricians, that's a lot.
So,
And Forte actually told us that we shouldn't seal the wall. I guess this Humidex is kind of a new system they're doing, because if you seal it, you seal in the moisture.
Well, you're gonna have to put something up there, even if you paint
Well,
it,
yes.
there's a breathable paint, but,
Right,
um,
so we are going to put, I don't know, I'm thinking sheets of drywall and then some type of paneling. Or just paint over the drywall and have it smoothed out nice.
I would probably, if you put drywall and then panel it, the drywall, being the material it's made out of, will grab on the
Crush.
moisture and hold it.
Oh, okay.
If you could get like this, the wood and furrow it out, you know, a little bit so you have an airspace behind there, that's gonna stop that. That's my recommendation on how to cover that
Okay.
up.
And that board that you're speaking of, is that green board or something that is water
That's,
beer?
green boards for bathrooms and stuff.
Mhm.
The wood I'm talking about is like this here,
Yes,
that's wood.
yes.
What was in there before that paneling was just vinyl. You
It
know, it's
literally
cheap,
crushed
cheapest
when
of
we were
cheap,
pulling
and
it
when it
down.
starts to go, it goes when it gets
Mhm.
wet. But, something that's durable, that's gonna take, well, and you lose, because everybody's coming in there and, you know, come down the stairs and, you know, that paneling was getting all scratched up from that.
Yes,
So that's why you don't have that problem around these walls, because it's better material.
yeah, I think so.
And no consideration on this?
That's what I'm asking, board approval of, if you guys still want me to call them, that would be a fourth estimate, that's up to you. They've come out here before, when we had Forte come out here before. Forte beat them in the estimate but you guys, if you want me to call them, I still can.
And I think, in my opinion, and I'm only one, in my opinion, you did a good job with what you got. You got enough that I've got a decision, or I know what I would do.
Okay.
I move that we accept to conduct the basement repair Forte, or that we grant the contract to Forte Waterproofing to work on the basement.
We have a motion for Forte, what they have presented, to fix our basement. Do we have a second?
I second it. You feel comfortable? with
I do.
working with them?
I do, personally, yes.
Second.
We have
Thank
a,
you.
We have a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you.
Okay, now we're down to last year's budget numbers. Jennifer?
Yes, last year budget numbers, mostly in the general fund, have some negative amounts. I need board approval to move the numbers from the negative to the positive. This will be a resolution number 12-20525. Secretary McNeil will read the resolution, and we all have paperwork in here that you can look at. And I have color coded it for you, and then this paper will tell you what I need to do. I'm not going out of a fund, I'm going out of a category to let everyone know. So, and then I was just telling you in the color codes what everything was outlined as.
Oh, I'm reading, okay. Transfer of appropriations between major classifications. IC 6-1.1-18-6, Resolution 12/2025. Whereas the following transfers between the major classifications are deemed to be necessary by the German Township Board and will not require the expenditure of more money than the total amount set out in the budget as finally determined under IC 6-1.1. Okay, the fund, general, fund is general, account 4,000, amount reduced $17.90.13, account 2,000, amount increased by $1,790.13. Fund general 4,000, amount reduced by $10,453.07. Account 3,000, amount increased, by $10,453.07. Therefore, the Board of German Township hereby resolves to adopt the above appropriation transfers.
Okay.
We have,
At this time, I'll take questions on the resolution.
okay, so it's just these two, going from 4,000 to 2,000,
Yes, here, I'll show you. See, here's 400, and you have that in your paper. These are the 400 categories. This is 300 categories, 200 and 100.
300.
Okay, so you see where we went over, like this one doesn't matter because I have enough in here to take that out, okay? But these are all in the general fund, but going out of a particular category. So we were minus here, so we are
Yeah.
minus $1,790.13. So what I'm asking, if we go down here to 400 and take that out, because we didn't use this, out of one of the 400 funds, okay? And then I would,
4,000.
4,000.
yes, one out of the yes, it's in the 4 category, sorry. And then there's another one down here for 10,000, I am minus in this one called other services and charges. All right, we went over by $10,453.07. So what we're wanting to take that out of, see this section's all the same. We want to go back down here to the 4,000s and we want to transfer the 10,000 out of here into there.
Yeah.
And that's all, that's within the general fund.
So Jennifer, what's the 4,000? What's that listed as?
They're down here and it's listed as capital outlays is the first one.
Where?
At the very bottom of this first page, that you have it, the very bottom, you'll see capital outlays, and then you'll see land,
Is that at the top?
buildings,
This is capital.
at the bottom. The very bottom of the page. Then
Capital
you'll see
improvements?
No, up to.
capital outlays.
Outlays, I see that.
Mhm.
So that capital outlays, that's 4,000.
That's the number 4,000, not $4,000.
I
It's a-
know, my dad
Yes,
used to know about all this stuff. He was an accountant, so he would know all these numbers. But that, yeah, so that's 4,000. And then, the 2,000 is what category?
2,000 is at the top under supplies.
Yeah, is that what it is? 2,000 in supplies?
Yes, and it's just a number of hours in Tom's webinar paperwork. That is not money, it's just a number.
Yeah, and then 3,000, like you said, other services.
Would go into the
and
other
charges.
services and charges, and then capital outlay starts the 4.
So then is 4,000, is 3,000 and 2,000 like a subset of 4,000?
No,
No,
they're just different categories. When we do a budget, we put money aside for all of our salaries, then we go to our supplies and our office supplies, our printing, our telephone, all that gets just in different categories. And then where it says other services and charges, we have different things in there like our trash, our utility bills, that type of thing. So these are just numbers for when we do our budgets and put in our paperwork into a certain system.
I turned it around in my head.
Okay, well, that's okay. I didn't know all this either, so. Anyway, then the 4,000s are capital outlays. So that's money we could spend on buildings, machinery, equipment, or capital improvements.
And these
The negatives,
Yes.
so these negatives
yes.
is because there wasn't enough money put in?
Well, kind of.
Or appropriated for it?
There was money put in, but this year I added more money to it because of that negative. But it also depends on where Marcia puts it, because Marcia assigns, she stamps them and signs where they go. So, again, because we have internal controls, Marcia puts all the checks in, and I print them all, and then I give them all back to Marcia. She assigns them a number. We don't ever try to go into the red, to this green section, but it just happens sometimes. When, like, we see something that says supplies and maintenance, Marcia could assign it there, just as long as she never goes out of this number, out of the main number of our general
Yes,
fund.
with like the 6,000 or going in the yellow.
This yellow is for everything of 26. This is the new budget. I just wanted to make you guys see a reference.
All right.
So you can see that I hired these things that are in the negative.
Okay, and the $1,470.31 is a negative.
That is a negative that we spent because we only had 2,000 in there.
Oh.
This year I made it
Oh,
6,000.
this is from last year then.
Yeah, this first column, sorry, is 25. This is 26. And then this, right here on this column, it will tell you the change amount of how much I changed it. Okay, and then this is year-to-date expended. So my wages actually went over 4 cents, and we don't know how, but they did. So you'll see different negatives, and that's all highlighted in green, but it's all in the general fund.
All right.
So, when you found this, was that after we did the 2026 budget?
No, I just have to ask for approval. It was already in there, I knew it was behind, but like and I don't know if I printed out, you guys, I did send something to Rudy, if I printed out the whole thing, but then in township assistance, I don't have to go through anybody, because I knew these are over, but we still have more left in this same category, okay?
Moving
So-
around.
To move, so I don't have to ask approval of that. I know I can take it out of here. But in order to get these other ones moved from other categories, from like the 1 to the 2, the 2 to the 3, and the 4, okay, so then that I have to have board approval on, to move those numbers. So then you guys won't be surprised if you see, well, I don't remember her doing any capital improvements, so why is there 10,000 out of there? Well, this is how you will know.
Okay, so on the repairs thing, I don't know if this is just nitpicking you, getting in the weeds. It's a minus $15,000 in that repairs and maintenance.
Yes,
We were that much over.
on this particular item, yes.
Yeah. Because it was only programmed for 3,000. You went up to 40. Are you gonna have? Is it still gonna be a situation at 4,500?
Well, we moved it, and then hopefully, we won't have this, we'll be able to move it into capital improvements, or machinery and equipment.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna try to stay out of the red
Yeah.
as much as we can, but we know we had enough in here.
Yeah, your capital
So-
improvement was quite a bit.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So does everyone gets it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And if you need me to talk further, I can, just let me know. Oh, she came up here.
Why is the dumpster $700 negative on that?
Just because we didn't have a category for it at that time, and we will now.
Oh, we didn't have a capital.
Yeah, that's a good idea, because that will cover both of them.
Yeah, and I wouldn't mess with capital.
So, what we're gonna, if you guys approve, then I'm gonna take it out of capital, I'm sorry, the buildings, right here where it says 4BA, because we have enough in there,
Mhm.
that this would cover it. Instead of taking it out of our capital improvements, because we're planning on spending some of that to do our playground
You're
and
talking
building
about taking it
repairs.
out of that 30.
Yes,
And it's all in the same.
In a total, is about 12,000.
yeah, it is.
The 17 just kind of rounding up.
Okay.
So within this one, because this is all one category, you need our approval in this one to move money around,
Yes,
but the other ones you don't.
no, because we have enough money in those, and I don't have to even move a category. All I have to do is move, where did I put it? See right here, this same category. All this is one category. All right, well, I have plenty here.
Okay.
So we can take that out, and all I have to do is take it out of utilities, right here. So we have that. That's when I don't have to get approval, because that's not moving anything. Like, so if you see, like I said, if you saw something I took out of capital improvements and thought, oh, why is she taking all that out of capital improvements? Well, that lets you know. This one, you don't need to know, all you need to see is this, and how much I have left on that category, because that will still be left on the category.
Okay.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, and the reason I'm asking that is because if there was somebody out here, we see the numbers,
Right, and they don't.
and they don't, so they may, well, you're moving money around, what's that gonna do with my taxes, and you guys already approved the budget, and,
No taxes
like
will
that,
be
so-
touched or phased. This is us moving around our own budget
just
within the
moving money
budget.
within the budget, correct?
That's it. It's not going out anywhere. It's not making more money on here or anything, so.
Okay.
Thank you. And thank you for clarifying that for people.
Is there any more?
Or do I have, is this yours?
It was up here, yes.
Okay, that's yours.
Yeah, it's yours. Are there any more questions on resolution 12-2025?
Is that mine?
If not, I would entertain a motion to accept the resolution as read.
Would move to accept the resolution 12-2025 as read.
Okay, we have a motion to accept the resolution. Do we have a second?
I second it.
We have a second. At this time, all in favor signify by saying aye for resolution 12-2025.
Aye.
Aye. And the ayes have it.
And then I need a signed copy.
Okay.
Can we sign,
Yes.
can we sign this one? Okay, here, I'll do this. Okay.
And then I need to sign minutes from both of those, please.
Okay, where are we at? Oh, there we go. Okay, we're gonna go over last year's, we just did that one.
The whole rent.
Yeah, we're down to, now we're down to the hall rentals.
Today's date, then, too?
Yes. True, 226.
And that, Marcia?
Well, we ended up the year strong, as we knew we would, but not as strong as we had hoped for. Our total revenue for hall rental was $28,200. And that puts us about $2,300 over last year. And we're starting this year strong, so we're already getting January booked. And we have several months now that the hall is completely rented, so looks like we're starting out strong, and we will try and see if we can't beat last year. As far as utilities are staying the same, not causing us any problems with cost for renting the hall, other than it's been a little chilly lately, and I think people have been turning the thermostat up, but overall it hasn't really affected us. So hall rental is holding steady and growing every day.
Good.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
I have a question. Have you written that?
Yes, sir.
Marcia, have we increased our fees at all over the last, I guess, since 2023?
Nope,
Have we considered?
I'm sorry?
Have we considered perhaps increasing it even ever so slightly?
Yeah, we've talked about it, we haven't done it. So the increases that we're seeing are true increases. They don't have anything to do with, well, we raised our rates, so that's why we made more money. These are real increases. But we have talked about possibly raising the rate a little bit. I don't know if we want to entertain that idea or not. And the reason I say that is because I think one of the reasons why we do so well with our hall rentals is because of our rate. And if we start raising the rate, we may lose some of our renters.
So with that being said, and I agree, is there a way to find out we know what we got here for square foot, we know what we offer, you know, we don't have the alcohol, you know, like some of these other places have it, but is there a way to find out some of these other businesses that are about this size of square footage and what we have, see what their rental, what they're doing?
We have talked about that too, like Pinhook, Moose Lodges, different places. Right now, our German Township residents get a discount,
Right.
so we definitely want to keep that because it is their community center. So we want to keep their prices the same. Since you guys brought this up, I may talk to Marcia about raising $25 maybe for outside people that are outside of German Township. But we can check out some other prices. I do know there's some venues for like thousands out there and some for, because we do have our commercial kitchen. So some of them do go pretty high, but most people come here because we are affordable.
Right, and that's, you know, one of these days, something's gonna happen. I
And
don't
we've
know
had
anybody
something
here, but-
happen. We have had something happen. We had a young child pull the fire alarm in there, and it made our fire suppression system go off. It sprayed this hard foam all over the place.
So what do we do about that?
Well, we had to get it fixed, and that was like $3,000, wasn't it? Well, we had to have them come out, the same guys that put it in, and they had to refill it. The fire department did come and talk to the people. The guy did start paying us some of it back. We didn't get it all back, everything he owed. But we do keep a $100 deposit in case anything happens. $100 doesn't cover everything anymore, but we've not had a lot of accidents.
And we've been lucky.
Yes,
There's no doubt
we've
about
been
that.
very lucky about that.
Well, we have started as part of our rental agreement, we started collecting credit card information with the understanding that if anything happens and that your $100 deposit will cover it, we will use your credit card to cover any damage.
Well, and I'm glad you said that, because that was the next question that I was gonna ask, is what it would take to do that and go that route for, just like what you said,
Yeah.
you know, with that, so if something happens, there's gotta be a way of getting something back.
Yes, Marcia makes them sign that, so it's a contract.
It would just be interesting, to see comparative. But, yeah, we can take a look at some different things at the next meeting. So,
I think that, I didn't realize, we just found out that apparently there's a fall, and I'm not sure exactly where it's at, right here in Roseland. And I think they're probably one of our closest competitors price-wise,
okay.
from what I've heard. I haven't called them and checked, but most of the rentals that people have told me about range $500–600 for the rent, which is why when they find this place, they don't leave.
Right.
So, you know,
Very
we have,
attractive company.
we have a lot of repeat visits. In fact, I had a gal in just the other day making her deposit for this Thanksgiving because she doesn't want to lose it. And she does it every year. She doesn't want to lose it. So,
Was that conversation, was that under new business, or was that just coming off of the rental thing? Are we on new business? Anything under old business? Huh?
I don't have
No?
anything.
None?
The only thing I was gonna add is that as we start this new year, that people are proposing, I know you're about to address it right now, but that, and I know that Jennifer, we've mentioned this in various meetings before, this expansion of Clay Fire Territory.
Yes.
So just, one alert of public that there's public meetings and we have that you may be interested.
Thank you.
Jennifer, before I get too good at the township, and there's nobody here unless the puppy wants to speak, then you want, before I close the meeting out, you want to talk about this on the back of fire meetings and what all that entails?
Yes.
As Rudy says, somebody on YouTube may want to know.
Okay, this is following what Kevin and Rudy just said. We are going to have public meetings for a fire merger, and there'll be 2 back-to-back hearings. And they will be on March 9th at 4, and again on March 9th at 6 p.m. So we'll be hearings 2 and 3. There'll be back-to-back hearings. All board members must attend the session. And then Tuesday, the 24th, 2026 at 5:30 will be the adoption of meeting number 4. So that will be to adopt us merging with Penn and Osceola. Right now, we already have Clay, Harris, German, Indian Village, and Roseland as the participating units in what we have right now. And we are trying to merge with Penn and Osceola. So those will be the meeting dates. They will also be published 10 days beforehand in the South Bend Tribune.
Thank you for that, Jennifer. And we'll also, as these meetings come around, on the back of our agenda is our next board meeting is the 17th.
Right.
February at 6 p.m. There will be more discussions at that time because we'll have a little bit more information. So at this time, go to the township. Rudy, do you have anything?
I have nothing further, thank you.
Mary Ellen?
Anything done?
Okay. That being said, I have nothing. So at this point in time, I will, looks like 7:16, 7 something. Entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Move to adjourn?
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Have a second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. This meeting is
Thank
now
you.
over.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.